I really love coming to the hub.
I just live for Mondays to come here. It makes my week.
In 2022, we got to set up an amazing community hub in a vacant unit of the Glades Shopping Centre in Bromley. Now, 2 years later, we have at least 1,000 people every month coming into this space, using it 5 days a week. And from the day it opened, it has been a haven for people who want to know more about what they can do to live more sustainably, but also people who want to reduce their cost of living, for people who are battling loneliness, for people who have health vulnerabilities, or are stressed or have anxiety.
I'd lost my confidence completely with this voice problem. Coming here, people have accepted me.
In terms of well-being, in terms of mental health, therapeutic activities is probably the one thing that saves me from absolute despair in my life.
So a lot of the skills that we share are about learning practical life skills that can help us all reduce our costs, reduce our waste, and also protect our local environment and wildlife.
Since being involved in the community hub, I've changed the way that I travel, I've looked at where my pension is invested, and I've also reduced my waste at home.
I came into the hub for an energy efficiency clinic and I picked up a few tips. Now we're saving a bit of cash at home and also saving some energy, which is good.
We see intergenerational skill swapping, older people sharing their skills that are being forgotten with younger people. We see people from different cultures coming together and sharing the best pieces of their culture and helping each other live greener and healthier.
I knit, crochet and sew. Love helping other people, and I love doing it myself.
There's something for everyone really, there's such a range of things.
I really enjoy actually getting people to realise what you can use with scrap materials.
We run here at the hub regular puncture repair workshops to enable people to learn how to fix a puncture.
I've been running the reusable gift-backed workshops.
So that's helping people switch from using throwaway wrapping paper and using reusable gift bags instead.
I provide a free t-shirt painting workshop where children could come, bring their old t-shirt and we can redone it and make it beautiful.
The skills, the equipment, the resources, and the knowledge that local people are sharing with each other here as volunteers, as participants, as workshop leads. These things are helping people save money, improve their mental health, reduce loneliness, build community resilience, and really reduce our carbon emissions locally.
If you need very friendly space, just come here. If you want to create something, just come here. If you want to meet people, just come here.
We now need your help to make sure that this amazing space can continue going and growing. We want to make sure that even more people can come and benefit from this space and the skills and the equipment and the advice here and the community here. We want to make sure that more people can benefit across the UK by creating a blueprint here that other communities can use to set up their own.
Keep our hub going, please.
To keep the hub going, please donate at www.greenerandcleaner.co.uk/donate or email us at parisa@greenerandcleaner.co.uk.